Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone mission video, and on this video I'm going to show you all the easiest way in my opinion to take out the mission that is called Keeping Souvenirs. Now, as the picture on screen will show you, everybody remembers this fucking mission. This is the mission that involves you going into a cave full of runners. And trust me when I say it's pretty much one of the scariest missions you will ever take on. But when it is done in a certain way, and if you break this mission down into various stages, this mission can actually be completed reasonably safely. I say reasonably, there is always an element of unpredictability because you have no idea of exactly where the runners are going to be at any given time. And given the area that you're working in, you do have to sometimes make some very slight adjustments. It doesn't always go completely to plan. But if you follow the methods in which I do this, you honestly won't have too much problems. And the beauty of this is as well, I am using weapons that you would have available to you at the time when you get this mission. Because this is one of the very first main Days Gone missions that you are asked to do when you get to the south. So, because of just how problematic this particular mission can be, I am absolutely delighted to be able to show a good tutorial on this, because this one was always in the forefront of my mind for any missions that I wanted to cover in the south. I really did want to have a fail-safe method in which to reasonably easily take out this mission, because there is so many things that can go wrong. But anyhow, let's get to it. Right then folks, the state of play at this point is I've basically arrived in the south very recently. I have had the call from Captain Curie to come and see him because he's got a mission for me, so let's hear what he's got to say.
I have a job that requires your unique skills.
Sure, yeah, yes, sir.
You remember Vasquez?
The man that went AWOL. Yeah, we tracked him to the logging camp, I remember.
Well, this man, Sergeant Lee Anderson, was his partner. He was about to be arrested when he killed a guard and took off.
Oh, your men have quite the code of honor.
Our men? You're one of us now, remember? I've marked the location on where he was last seen on your map. Apparently, like Vasquez, he wasn't alone.
Great.
Yeah, whoever he was with is not going to be fucking alive with where they ended up going to. So I'm bringing up the map just to show exactly where this is all going to take place. And of course, because it is a main Days Gone mission, this is mandatory. You have to take it on in order to move on in the game. So let's do this. Okay, before leaving for this mission, make sure you are ready to take it on properly. I'm going to show what I currently have here. US 556, which I will not be using. SMP9 is essential. I am also going to be taking the drifter crossbow with residue bolts. I only require one of these, but the primary weapon is what I want to change. And most people should be able to do this because I want to change this to the auto shotgun.
Deacon St. John, yeah.
Now this bad boy is unlocked by taking out 10 hordes in the main Days Gone game, and it has an insane amount of damage that it does at close range, which is why I want this particular weapon. Now, if you don't have this particular weapon available, just go for something else that is reasonably fast firing. Will do the job just as well, but I recommend the auto shotgun for a good reason. You'll see why when the action plays out. Right then, I've moved things on a touch here. I'm basically very close to the area that is marked on the map, so I'm just going to head up here, and I am going to stop, show where I am, get the bearings for everybody, and Captain Curie will say a few words.
Well, if he still has it, take his militia insignia. I won't have it swell in the stench of a traitor.
Okay, at this point there is some clues that you're supposed to be looking for, but I highly recommend that you don't bother. But one of them is right there. It's that dead runner. Then you move over to the bike over here. And after that, it shows you the way, which I'm going to just go on the bike anyhow in order to start this all off. And very interestingly, if you go on foot and check out all those clues, the area just above where I'm parking the bike right now, right up there, a runner will actually appear and start to flip and make a lot of noise, basically alerting the rest of the runners that you're coming. But by not taking care of the clues, you don't have this issue. So, and the bike part, by the way, is also a strategic one, but more about that later. I'm just showing exactly what I've got in my inventory before starting on part 1, because I'm about to approach the cave entrance. And here we go. The first part of all this is taking out the first 2 runners. So SMP9 is at the ready, and Focus Cocktail, I want this armed just as I get close, because I'm taking this on Survivor 2 difficulty, and I don't have much in the way of focus through injectors because I've not actually been collecting too many of them. So I want to make sure that I have Focus Cocktails at the ready for when I need them. And they're not that difficult to get your hands on. It's basically taken out so many ambush camps. I can't remember the exact number, but you can get them fairly early on. So you get them long before you get to the south, that's for sure. Anyhow, that is the first part of this video taken care of. Part 2 is coming up now. This is the hardest part of this mission by far, because the next part requires you to take out 4 runners. Now, very important at this point, get the light on, go through here and immediately head to the left. You want to start your attack over here. If you stay in that small section back there, you can get problems. First thing I want to do, the first runner that I can possibly see, I want a residue bolt on. What that will effectively do is get that runner fighting one of the other runners. So effectively, you're only going to have 3 to take out, because rest assured, the one that's under the influence of the residue bolt is now stronger. It's taken out that particular runner over there, and there we go. The hardest part of this entire mission there has been done. But we're now moving on to part 3. This is what I want the auto shotgun for, because the next 2 runners that I have to take out, and I'm going down the left side of this cave section, because this is basically how you get to where the guy is that you're looking for. You get to a certain section, you have very little time to react. So the health cocktail is overkill. You might not even have access to that, but focus cocktails you most certainly do. Here we go, that is the first of the runners, and as you can see, the auto shotgun does a fantastic job because it's close range shots. That is why I wanted the auto shotgun for that particular part. But do you know what? That is the hardest parts of the mission done, because the next part, kill the last runner easily. I'm actually heading over to the right hand section of the cave, and if you just follow the route that I'm taking, you will get there no problem. Any weapon that you have available to you will take out the last runner easily, because if you go through this section, you do come to a closed off area of the cave, but there is a hole in this particular cave here, and what do you know, the last runner that is in the room that you need to get to, yep, you can take out nice and easily. No nasty surprises when you get to the last section, because trust me, if you don't take out the runner like that, when you get into the last room, that thing is there waiting for you, and it can kill you very quickly. So the job is pretty much done. I'm heading back the way I came, again looking for this left hand section of the cave system, and trust me, if I can even follow all this, the rest of you will have no problems, because my direction sense is normally very poor. You get to this part here, go through here, and then quite literally there will be a body on the ground. You have to investigate this one, obviously. You require proof of the kill. Now, head up here, and to the left there is going to be a rager. And you know what? That's what the bike part was for. Hee-ho! Cheerio! Yep, the rager is there for a good reason. They're expecting you to have a bit of a fight, but yeah, I already knew all about this, so never going to be an issue. All I have to do now is to basically head back to Diamond Lake. I'm just going to move the video on a touch. You don't need to see the journey back. It's a nice easy affair. And from here, just get in. Go right over here, and over to the left is Captain Curry. Just have to go over to this guy. A quick chat. And the mission is done.
I found your man, Anderson, and you were right. He still had his militia insignia.
He's dead?
Let's just say that he had a run-in with a pack of wolves long before I got to him.
It's a fitting end for a murderer and a thief.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Corporal. Dismissed.
And that, folks, is how keeping souvenirs is done easier. As always, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Take care.